Hello and welcome to the Year 9 Season 3 tier list, where I'm going to rank all the operators from S tier to F tier, so you know who's good and who is S. Now let's start. All right, what are we thinking, boys? What are we thinking about Ace, boys? I mean, if you guys watch my top 10 operator rankings, you know Ace is in the S tier. I mean, he's the best hard breacher, does it at range, does it quick. He's gangster. Enough said, let's move on. We don't want to stall too much on these guys. We're going to move quick. We're keeping the pace up with this tier list, okay? Alibi, you know, used to be good, but now she is not. C tier. I feel like Alibi is good on sites with like window hop-ins, like Chalet top floor, a lot of sites like that. But then again, you could just pick Frost, you could just pick Lesion. There's just better operators. I'm gonna put her in the D. There's just better operators. Yeah, she's got a good gun, but there's just better operators. Okay, who is next? Amaru. Absolute sick loadout. Terrible ability. Amaru's great against bad players, not really great against good players. For those reasons, C tier. She does have the G8. Aruni, or as I like to call her, fisty fist. In my. Aruni's really good. I don't play her very much, but she is very, very strong. She's a 3 armor, which kind of sucks because it's slow. I feel like if she was like a 2-2 or even a 3 speed, I would play her way more. But she is very strong. I would put her in the A tier. The fact you can reset the gates too, so good. Ashe, R4C, still just as good. 2 breaching rounds, fast, aggressive. She is so good. Ashe is so good. I didn't play a lot of Ashe, but I have been lately. So good. A lot of fun, too. I'm putting her in A tier. Now, this tier list isn't for how fun they are, but it's for how good they are. Console, PC, ranked. We're not talking competitive. Competitive would be a whole different tier list for the most part. But ranked-wise, Ashe is in the A tier. Azami is next. Azami is still so broken, guys. Still so broken. 5 Kibas, that's like 5 deployable shields, man. You can create nasty angles, so good, everywhere. Creative, juicy, tasty, delicious, easy S tier. She's a little weaker because you can like shoot them and stuff now, but I really do think most of the times that Azami is bad is because of the mistakes the Azami is making and not because she's actually bad. It's because of the person playing her aren't playing her up to her full capabilities. Bandit's good. You know, Bandit's solid. I do think he's very easy to counter, but I do think he's a solid pick. I think Cade's a lot better, but I would put him in the B tier. Yeah. Solid B tier pick, you know? He's good. He has a purpose, but he's not like the best operator in the game. Bandit tricking is great. You can also Cade trick. Let's keep that in mind. Blackbeard is bad. That's why we put him in the B tier, right guys? Pranked ya. Nah, Blackbeard is there's really, I mean, he can be good. You can make him good, but I don't think there's really ever a good time to pick him. I would say he's F tier. It's very, very niche. And that one situation is like everyone is very highly aggressive and you are losing every single gunfight and you absolutely need something. But even in that case, I would just pick shields. Shields are so good. So there you go, BB. Blitz. Shield rework. Shields are so annoying. Blitz, he is weaker of the shields, but he is so good at the right times. He is weaker, but I do think he's still really strong because he's a shield and shields are really strong. I'll put him in the B tier. You know, he definitely has his kryptonites. Let's say that. I'm gonna put him above Bandit. Brava. I've been playing a lot of Brava lately, and I actually just made a TikTok, like a short form video where I was like putting her counters on screen, and I just kept putting operators down because she actually counters so much. And she's very strong, and she's just such a hard counter. And the fact you can pick onto her as an attacker and you don't have to bring her in every round, really nice. However, she's not gonna be great against people that she's like not really like able to hack against, so I'm gonna put her in the A tier. I think she's almost S, maybe even you could argue S, but the chat is seeming like BA, so I'm gonna go A. Buckaroo, Buck, my pal, my Canadian brother. Shout out to my Canadians. America. I don't know why I said America. Buck, he's just easy S tier. He's so fast, so aggressive. Can play him from all around the map. He's quick to rotate. He's just so good, dude. Insane weapon. He's easy S. Best soft breacher, best vertical breacher. So nuts. Capitao. Next up. I think Capitao's better on console just because everything is a little slower. On PC, though, I find if you go to peak with those Capitao bolts, you are getting cooked. You are getting slammed, which I don't love. I don't love that. I do think he's a little too clunky. I think his utility is okay. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, let me know where you would put Capitao and then what platform and rank you're on. Like PC, if you're PC gold and you put Capitao in S tier, great. If you're like console champion, you put him in the S tier, interesting. I didn't know that. So okay, let's put him top of C because that's where I would put him. Castle. Castle's good, great for wasting time, great for just like securing the site, especially if you're playing against a lot of aggressive, fast, like not tactical people. He causes confusion. You have to drone out. It is easy to counter him. You just break all the castles essentially. But I think he's like a low B, high C operator for me. Low B. Let's put him low B. Cav. I actually don't hate Cav, especially like with current rank 2.0 siege where you're playing a lot of like lower ranked people. Like if you're champ, you're playing a lot of like diamonds and emeralds, and Cav's really good against people that don't drone, and those people tend to not drone very much. So I do think she's like can be effective and like very, very useful and a good counter to a lot of people a lot of the time just because of the current like state of the game. But I do think her overall she's still fairly weak, so like I couldn't really put her above Alibi even. She's just inconsistent and high risk. Let's put her above Alibi. Yeah. Clash is statistically the worst operator in the entire game by a landslide. I think she's good on a very few amount of sites, and if you're a good Clash player, but most people aren't good Clash players, and most sites are not good Clash sites. So I'd probably just throw in the F tier. Now, low D. Deimos is difficult to play. He's definitely a harder operator, takes more skill. Easy to counter with a Vigil or Mute. Like if you're trying to roam and Deimos is constantly being picked, picking the Vigil does just kind of screw him over. Scopos can also TP to her other bot and it removes the Deimos track. Very fun fact, very useful if you're playing Scopos. I think Deimos is very strong when he's strong, difficult to use, and fairly easy to counter, so I am going to put him in the A tier, but he's definitely up there for sure. You could argue for S tier. And if you think Deimos is lower than that, it's because you suck at Deimos. Doc, he's got a good gun, he's got stims. He's good against not the best players, so he's good against nearly the best players, especially if you have good aim. However, his utility, I would argue that there are just much better operators with much better utility, but he's fun to run around and shoot people with. He kind of locks you into that run and gun mindset, which can be good, but against top players, yeah, he's going to be like low B. I mean, I would even say, I would almost want to put him in C tier, but he's consistently picked even at the highest rank, so maybe like B. Speaking of B, Dokkaebi. In my humble opinion, Dokkaebi is still the best, most annoying operator in the whole game, so I'm gonna put her at the top. I might move her down a little bit just because the calls you do have to wait on them sometimes. So I would say like just the gadget change really only nerfs her a little bit. She's still banned every single game. Every single game at top champ PC lobbies, every single game she's banned. Echo got drone boost applied to his Echo Cam, so he's even better now. He has the ACOG back, which is fantastic. Echo drones are so good if you play them right. I see a lot of people just like set up the drones in sight. I'm like, dude, you're pranking. Don't do that. Use them aggressively. Waste some time early and then waste time late. I think he's very solid. Not quite S tier, but better than B tier. I do think he is an A tier operator, and he deserves a good old place in the A tier. Ella. Ooh. I've been liking Ella lately, which is new. Like the past few tier lists, I've been putting Ella in D tier, like consistently D tier. But I think the Scorpion is good again. Plus, now that she has impact, she's kind of gangster because you can put Ella mines on the other side of soft walls, hear the Ella mine go off, impact the wall. They can't hear the impact because they've hit the Ella mine, and now you're shooting them in the side of the head, which is very nice. I think Ella's out, honestly, pretty nice. She's pretty nice right now. I am going to put her in the B tier. Glow up. What about Fenrir? What do we think about the Fenrir, guys? What do you think about the Fenrir here? I think Fenrir is similar to Deimos, where he's like kind of hard to play, but if you like know where to put his mines, how the like gadget actually works, the placement, when to rotate them, he just gives you so much information, and they are so good. I do think he's an S tier operator, not like the top of S tier, but definitely up there, and definitely very good. All right, Finka. This might be a hot take, guys. I think Finka is an S tier operator. That LMG is disgusting. Her win rate, also very good in the stat sheet. Grenades, LMG, very good ability, so good with shields. The shields come out, dude. The shields come out and the Finka comes out, you win every round. If you run 2 shields, Finka and Ying, we did this on our Copper to Champ. We just won everything. We destroyed everyone. I do think Finka's exceptionally good. Not above Buck, but very nice and underrated. Flores is next. I haven't actually played Flores in a very long time. I think because a lot of the utility meta and has slipped away. Sorry, the utility meta has slipped away a lot, and people don't really play around utility very much. I think he's good if they are running like very heavy utility, like Azami, and they're running a lot of traps and a Goyo and stuff like that. You can get a lot done. So I think he's good. I think he's good for his purpose. I would put him B tier right there. You could argue for A tier. I do think he is a solid operator. It depends who you're playing with as well. So if your team's playing very fast paced, he's going to be really bad because you're going to be left baiting on the roof in a 1v5 because you've been spending all your time trying to blow shit up. Not the best pick in that situation, right? Frost is next. Frost is okay. I think Frost is good on a lot of sites that you want to expect. She's good on Clubhouse, very good on Clubhouse, very good on Chalet. I really like her on CCTV. Or like any map where there's like a lot of staircases, people walk up the staircases a lot. You put them on the staircases, they're looking up. I do find sometimes she can be a little useless. Her gun's a slow fire rate, and I don't love that. But she does have the ACOG, she has a shield. Great for solo queue, fantastic solo queue operator. I'm going to put her low B. I actually would pick Ella over Frost just because of the gun difference, honestly. Fuze. I think Fuze is bad. I like the AK-12, but really that's about it. It's just so easy to die with him. The shield is nice, honestly. The shield for clearing and then using the Fuze. He's definitely better on console by quite a lot. I'd put him C tier. I think I would pick Fuze over Capitao. I think he's better than Capitao, honestly. That's probably a hot take. I know I just said that like as if it was nothing. That's probably a hot take, but I pick Fuze a lot more than I pick Capitao. But I think the cluster charges, they just destroy more and they're more useful. And you can use them in combination with a push. Like you can fuse charge one area, push another one. It pushes the defenders into you. They're running from the fuse. You're killing them. There is some nice plays. However, he's easy to C4. You do have to like establish control before being able to use the gadget, which isn't ideal. And there's just some limitations with this gadget. That's all. Glaz. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, go subscribe to my Twitch channel. Get my charm. Let's go. Glaz is unfortunately D or F. I actually completely disagree. I think Glaz is really good. I think Glaz is exceptionally good. I think he's probably B tier. I think Glaz is essentially like a little bit worse version of a Ying in a way. Like you can use the smokes to take aggressive fights onto areas and really clear out an area with them. He's very easy to kill with like a C4 or even just like running out of smokes or things like that. If you just don't peek him, there are ways around him. He's frustrating. I think he's good though. I think he's underrated. I'm putting him in B. If you hate on Glaz, get on the Glaz train. Watch how I play Glaz and play him that way and you'll like him. Goyo! I think Goyo's still very good. Still a very good operator. I'm going to put Goyo in top B. Maybe even low A. Top B. Top B. Low A. Low A. I think Gridlock is still not the best. Okay? I think Nomad's way better than Gridlock. I think it's too easy to flank her. Like, I think her flank watch capabilities are very weak. That's it. Nomad, it's like you have to hit the Nomad. You have to, or you're just, or you, there's no way around it, you know? I'll put her in C. I think Grim is A tier. Low A, maybe even high B. Very effective, very versatile. Just not good all the time. Low A. But the Bs are nasty. Don't sleep on the Grim. Hibana, you put Hibana in B tier. Hibana is for hatches. For range breach. However, Ace is much better for range breach, in my opinion, makes bigger holes. But she does have the hatch advantage. I personally don't pick Hibana like at all anymore, so I don't think she's like a necessary op. She's good though. I honestly just think she's one of the weakest. I think she's the weakest hard breacher right now, especially with hard breach tools being an option. I think Hibana is the weakest hard breacher. I'll put her in B tier. I mean, she's still a hard breacher. She's still really fucking good. Put her top B. Iana is A or S tier. Iana without flashbangs is a major downgrade. She's lost a lot of solo capabilities. I do think she still is a really good solo op, but I think she's fallen off a bit. I think her ability is very nice. I just don't think she's A tier anymore. I don't even think, like, she was an S tier op. I don't think she's S. I don't even really think she's A, but I think she's like B, around there. Dude, I can already tell what the comments would be. This tier list is fucking trash. What the fuck is everybody thinking? Why are they all agreeing? I feel like we've been pretty much on the same page throughout this, the chat and myself. And dude, the comments are just gonna be so dumb. All right, IQ. IQ is next. I am loving IQ this season, especially for the Scopos counter with the Claymores. Like finding Scopos bot, Claymore it, leaving it, they switch, she dies. That's awesome. But she also has grenades. She's useful and, you know, most circumstances. She has the commando. I almost want to put her in the A tier, but she's not quite that good. So I'm gonna put her in the B tier, right here. Jackal. So dumb, dude. This guy is dumb. Jackal sucks, man. I don't know why people are like still, oh, ban Jackal, ban Jackal. He's annoying, I guess. That's the only reason to really ban him. On the statistics, he is one of the worst win deltas out of all the operators. He has a bad win delta. I think he's useful to assist in a roam clear, but too many people just run around with the scanner on and say that's good enough, and then like get lucky that they don't die essentially. And I don't know. I just don't think he's that good. I don't play him. I don't pick him. I don't ban him. I think he's honestly like here. Yeah, I think over the most, like over, fuck this guy, dude. Fuck this guy. Jager's next. Jager's still really good. He's just not picked a lot. I think he's like, yeah, I think he's like low A, maybe high B. Again, like Twitch, Flores, Brava, a lot of counters to him. Just burning the ADSs. I'm actually going to put him in middle B. He had his time. He's not at his peak right now, but he could definitely come back to meta very easily and be a very strong op, and I still think he's good. I still think he's like, he's fine, you know? He's a well-rounded pick. Cade. Cade is so good, man. He's a top dog. He's a top dog in the R6 scene, boys. Cade tricking, invincible Cades. He is superior to Bandit in literally every single way. Outside of tricking like aces maybe, but even then he can still do it. He's got the AUG, a C4, great loadout, fantastic. I'll put him in yes. I would put him in yes. I don't even care. A tier, the middle of the age. No, he's the fucking best, man. Okay. Callie might be the best operator in the game. She might. Or she might be like pretty bad. I did play Callie for one single round on my road to champion this season. And I broke a bunch of Kivas, broke a couple Miras. She was actually very useful. She's very slow though. I find you don't even really want to be using the sniper. Just use a secondary gun and her ability, and then she's like a little bit better. I think she's like not the worst pick ever anymore. So I'm actually have a little bit of respect for Callie, but I put her like low C, maybe D. You guys are saying a lot of D's and F's, so this one guy's saying low A. D? Okay, we'll put her D. Kapkan. What do we think about the Capitao? I think Kapkan's still really good. Most people are pretty aware of the Kapkan traps these days, though. You know, plus the Brava coming out and hacking them, or the Twitch. A lot of Twitch and Brava these days. Kapkan's still solid, though. I mean, he's still very good. He's still very good. He's just not good when people shoot the traps, which is like, depends what your lobbies are, right? It depends who you're playing against that makes Kapkan good. However, I do think he is still really good. I think he's like low A, and he's great on console. Yeah, definitely better on console where it's like harder to look up and down. Lesion's a god, dude. Legion's a god, bro. He's like this, he's just so good. He's so hot and sexy. Oh wait, sorry, I was just thinking about Athena real quick. Fuck, I always mix the two up, you know? No, he's an easy S tier, obviously. So much information. Shotgun T5 gas, dude. Lion. Oh, I actually forgot Lion existed. I haven't played Lion in so long. I think Lion most of the time is useless because people play him like stupid. Like they don't time the line. You have to time. Lion's all about timing and information and using the line scan with the information timed well to capitalize on somebody. Most people aren't playing them right. Most people play them and just hit the button and think they're doing good and like, I'm so good. I'm hitting, use my ability. No, just play Finka, dude, if you want to do that. A lot of people like his gun, I guess. I think he's like C tier. If you're playing him right, he can be good, but he's nothing too crazy right now. Maestro. So here's the thing about Maestro, guys. Brava, the ultimate counter, right? You drone, you see there's Maestro cams, clapped. However, if you run the observation blockers on Maestro, Brava's the one getting countered, because then they have to drive the drone right into the observation blocker under your Maestro cam. If you're on the cams actively watching him, you're getting all the Brava drones, you're getting the Twitch drones, you're destroying everything. And Maestro's LMG is very good. Plus you have 3 bubbles, which is a ton of info, but you do have to play him right. I think Maestro is a B tier operator still if you're running the observation blockers. If you're not, I think you're just gonna get clapped by Brava. He's probably a C tier op. But if you are, I think he's here. Maverick. There's a lot of like good wall denial counter ops right now. Tubero, Cade, Bandit, you know. It can make hard breaching very difficult. And I think Mav is in a good place to be a solid option. Plus he has the M4, he's got flashbangs. He's very good. I think Mav's very good. I'll put him in the A tier. What about Melusi? Melusi has 4 wubs, dude. 4 wubs, dude. If that doesn't scream S tier, you are a moron. That is all I would say. Let's move on. Mira. Mira's still really good, but she does have a lot of counters. I think the fact that Ashe is so prominent and nobody's really playing Jager or Wamai makes Mira a lot worse. And Twitch counters are obviously. You can melee them, you can smoke them off and go and punch them. There's a lot of ways to counter Mira now. I don't know. I don't know if I can even put her A tier, man. I'll put her A tier. I think the fact that you actually have to deal with them makes her good on its own, like just that on its own. Monty, shield ups, invincible shield up, S tier. Monty is so annoying, dude. Nobody wants to deal with this guy. This is the biggest headache of an operator. He's so annoying. He's so freaking annoying, man. We need to switch the Jackal ban every game to the Monty ban every game. Please, please. Mozzie. Yeah, I think Mozzie's a little weaker. The fact you have to actually get on the drones and move them around does take a lot of time. It's a lot of commitment to do that. So really, when I think of Mozzie, I think like, oh, okay, he's like getting rid of drones. So he's almost like a mute type of deal. And if you put them in the right spot, you could move a drone into a good spot that's kind of close by, but you kind of have to like, you have to compromise with where you're putting the drones, and I don't love that. I'm going to put him, yeah, I'm going to put him in C, middle C. Mute. I mean, if you guys have seen my other videos, you know that I think Mute is the best operator in the entire game right now. He just counters so much. He's so good. I love him. I love him to death. He's top of the S tier. Best operator in the game. Hands down. Easy. Easy, let's move on. Nokk, okay, this is an interesting one. Nokk just got buffed this season. What are we thinking, boys? Hear me out, because a lot of people, I made some shorts saying like, oh, Nokk's like still not that good. One of the 5 worst operators, I may have said in one of those videos, and this is why. This is how I see Nokk, right? She still makes noise. So if you're invisible and you're walking past the camera, if you're moving while they're on the camera, you will make noise. They will hear you and know that you are there, straight up, okay? So how do you actually play Nokk so that they don't know you're there? Every time they get on the camera, you have to stop moving so they can't hear you while having your ability active, right? So you have to very, very slowly actually get into this position, because if they're checking the cams, you're not able to actually do it. With that being said, nobody even checks the cameras anyway. 90% of the time, nobody's even on the cams. People don't shoot default cams. People don't get on default cams. So your ability's probably not going to do anything in the first place anyway. I think they should give her a silent step back. That being said, she has grenades. The FMG is a little better. I still think she's just kind of useless. Like, I'd rather just play Twitch, get rid of a bunch of default cams. And even then, they're probably not going to check the default cams. Do a little bit more with my ability. Just play someone else. I honestly think she's just like fucking ass. I'm just putting her in F tier. I don't even want to hear it, dude. I just don't think her ability is very good for literally anything. We got Nomad next. I think Nomad's gas. I haven't played her in a while, but I do think she is gas. Nomad's really good. Great for flank watch, great for runouts, great for aggressive plays, great gun, flashbangs. What's more to love? What's not to love? What's not to love? That's the saying. I think Nomad's A tier. Yeah, I think she's A tier. I think she's probably there. Oryx, kind of useless, especially now that Scopos exists. I think Scopos is just like Oryx, but way better. Oryx is honestly kind of useless right now. I think I would rather pick, well, he's got the T5. The only thing is Cav and Oryx are on a similar scale right now, because Cav has an ability that might actually be good, the silent step, and then also interrogation. But Oryx is like, I don't really have an ability, but I can move around quickly, and I have a decent gun. You can counter shields, but even then, the shields can just sidestep you and then kill you. Like, I don't even think he's good for countering shields right now. I would rather just have Lesion or Sentry with C4 and impacts. Yeah, T5 is the only thing really keeping him out of the F tier right now. Osa. I don't really play Osa. I don't really play her. I just don't like getting impacted and instantly killed. There's a lot of risk there, I think. But when they don't have impact, she is very strong. She's like a very hit or miss operator. I don't think she's quite A. I think Osa's a B tier operator. Pulse. No ACOG, very sad. 3-speed, very nice. Lots of info, great in a team environment. But it's more of like a comp thing. He's more of like a comp op. Let's be real. Yeah, I think Pulse pretty he's just not good right now. I think he's just pretty weak right now. I put him C. Yeah. Ram is very good. Super quick, super aggressive, R4C, nasty, vert, so good. Bah. I think Ram's honestly better than Ash. I'll put her there. Strong A. What about Rook? Rook's pretty good on console, I'm not gonna lie. On PC though, he's a bad pick. If you're at the top rank and playing top rank players, he's not a great pick. He's good against slightly below top rank players because it's mainly just gunfight city there. He does have one of the highest win deltas, which is kind of insane, but that again is because we're taking the win deltas from like Diamond 5 and up. I think it's like a lot of players, you know. I don't think he's better than Doc. I think he's C. I'll put him there. Sense, more like ass, bitch. Sense, more like sayonara. Sense, more like see you later. Sense, more like suck. You suck. Yeah, Sense is bad. Sense is like if you took smoke grenades and made them really, really shit. That's it. I would pick Blackbeard over Sense. Sentry is the defending recruit, who I've recently said is one of the worst 5 operators in the entire game. I do think Sentry is a terrible pick. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Unless you're solo queue. Solo queue is the one situation where Sentry can be picked and be like an okay pick. But if you could just have one other dude run that proximity mine for you, or run that barbed wire for you, or run that shield for you, whatever you want, then you don't have to do that. Wait, let's talk about it real quick. What's better than barbed wire? Fenrir mines. What's better than bulletproof? 3 Valk cams. Or 3 Maestro cams. What's better than a deployable shield? 5 Azami Kibas. What's better than a C4? Well, nothing, but other operators have a C4. Let's keep that in mind, because the C4 doesn't really have like an operator ability that's like similar to it. What else is there? Impact grenades. Yeah, those are pretty nice too. But you know who has impact grenades? Melusi. And 4 wubs. Anyway, he has a shotgun. You know, there is some situations where he can be good, but I'm a hater. Me personally, I'm a hater. The bulletproof cam C4 trap works. Oh, that's crazy. You know what else works? Valk cam C4 trap. Plus you get 2 extra cams to help your team. Ooh, duh. Honestly, I hate the fact that people like this guy. That's what makes me the most mad, is people like, no, he's good. You could run BP, you can run beeper and nitro, and it's like a free kill. And I'm like, dude, just have one teammate run a beeper, and you don't even get the points for the beeper anymore. It doesn't make any sense. Why do you like him? I'll put him bottom of the D, because the one situation where he's good is solo queue. If you really, really have to, and your teammates are completely useless. Such as really like, he's kind of sad these days, you know? He's not the guy he used to be. Not the guy he used to be. But he is the face of Rainbow Six, and for those reasons, he's the best operator in the game. Right, guys? No, obviously not. Obviously not, guys. I think Ram is a lot better. I think Buck is a lot better. He does have nades, which is nice, so he has some destruction, but he's just slow. Very easy to see. 4 Ash is even better. I think he's still very versatile. He's good for castle. He's like well-rounded still. He's still good, okay? Let's not hate on Sledge here. Let's not hate on him. He's just going to be like B. Yeah, there's just a lot better. I might put him in C tier, dude. I think Smoke is the best operator in the game if you have the skills to play him the optimal way. He is so good, but he's very difficult to be that good with. I do think he's S tier, but he's definitely hard. He's definitely hard. If you're like not good with Smoke, he's like D or C. He's like probably D if you're not playing him the right way. But if you're playing him aggressively, using Smoke to cut off angles, seal the distance, and then use your close range guns at close range and like play him that aggressively, or you're playing him on a roam to do the same thing and like isolate fights and find those aggressive fights. He's getting in there, he's ripping your soul, your body, and he's sucking it down your throat with the smokes, and you're dead. So with that being said, I do think Smoke is an S tier operator. We got Solus. Okay. Call me crazy. I think the Solus change was a buff, okay? I'm thinking the Solus change is a buff, guys. Cause, you know, yeah, they made her like worse and you can't see the gadgets, blah, 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 blah. But you know what you can do? You can use that gadget before it's at 100%. Because you can use that 50%. I just find she has a little bit more control over the gadget now, but she's still like not that great. I think she's a good roamer still though. Especially like, I think Solus has one purpose right now. When the other team just has so much info and they're clapping you with drones, then you just play Solus, you start getting rid of some drones. Very nice. That's where she's good. Where would I put her though? Probably like C. I gotta put her above Rook. Like that would be crazy if I didn't. I put her B tier? High C. We'll do high C for Solus. Striker. Okay, now we're talking, boys. We were shitting on Sentry, but Striker is a G, okay? And here's why. Here's the difference between Striker and Sentry. With Sentry, the shit you're bringing, you can get someone else to bring and set up for you. But on attack, with Striker, it's harder to be like, hey, can you pick Thermite and do this thing? Because people are like, I want to do my own thing. It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to get people to help you in that way. And Striker, you know, you could triple flash and then nade. You can stack the abilities together to actually be very impactful. That being said, I do still think, like, I'd rather just have Ying than what is this dude's name? Striker? So I do think Striker is decent, plus you know you have the M4, so Striker, so how could you not? Very different situation from Sentry. I do still think like I do still think it's stupid to be like, I'm running EMP hard breach. I think you should run flashes and nades all the time and just be like super versatile in terms of the pressure you can add and what you should take. My cat is still pooping. I'm gonna put him low B. What do you guys think? Where would you put Striker, chat? I need some like more ranks. Tachanka. Can we please get over Tachanka? He's our lord. How dare you disrespect Lord Tachanka? Lord Tachanka is the best. Okay, honestly, okay, hear me out. Tachanka is a better operator if he had no operator ability and only the option to pick the LMG. I think the LMG can be good, okay? I don't think he's better than Sentry. I just think he's F tier, man. I'm sorry. Oh, I can hear the comments already. It's everything I already said. I don't care. Thatcher. Where's Thatcher at, boys? I think Thatcher is still really good. Especially for countering Cade. I mean, obviously Bandit, you can Bandit trick still. But countering Cade and also just like traps on pushes, I think he's like decent. I think he's decent operator. I don't think he's amazing. I think he's decent. I think he's overbanned. Yes, I do. But I think he's like B tier. Yeah, I think he's like decent B tier operator. What about Thermite? Better. Thermite better than Thatcher. Don't at me. You know what I like about Thermite, guys? The fact you can just Thermite a floor if you need to. You know? Oh, I didn't get any use out of my Thermites. Well, I can go above and just Thermite the whole floor open. The giant gaper hole. Thermite equals gaping holes. That is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think he's A tier. Thorn is pretty bad. Where are we putting Thorn, guys? Yeah, Thorn, honestly, I think she's like D tier. She's good on a very select few sites. The fact that they have lethality is nice, but she's not really slowing anything down, and the information is very delayed, which is not great, but she has a good gun. That's, you know, she's kind of like Alibi. A little worse, I would say. I mean, Thunderbird is, if Doc was inbred. Shout out to my inbreds. Fist bump for the inbreds out there. Yeah, Thunderbird's bad. Real bad. I mean, the worst. I think she's the worst operator in the game. Moving on. Two-Bro. Two-Bro is very good. That DMR dude, that thing is nasty. That thing is nasty. Plus his ability is very useful, very good. I believe I put Two-Bro on my top 10 operator list. And I stand by it. I think he's that good. Two-Bro completely messes with hard breachers, is exceptional with teamwork, counters Deimos, counters Dokkaebi, to a degree, of course, counters Glaz. He actually has a lot of like really good uses, slows things down. You can play him a little bit like a Smoke to isolate gunfights, right? You freeze one door, you swing another. He's similar to Smoke in that he's difficult to master, but he's very, very strong. And I think a lot of people underestimate how strong he actually is. He's gonna be S tier. Twitch, Taser Mommy, as some people call her. Not me. I think Twitch is okay. That's about it. I think Flores is better. There you go. Enough said. Valkyrie, 3 cameras, C4. Some may even call her a better Sentry at times. Throwback to that conversation. Is Valk an S tier operator? In a 5-stack, 100%. Without a 5-stack where people don't even get on cams in the first place? Not quite. I think she's high A. What are we thinking about Vigil, guys? I think the Boss G carries Vigil right now. The Boss G SMT12 combo is nuts. It's nuts. It's actually ridiculous. It's almost like ridiculously good. Plus he counters Deimos. You know, there is a lot that he gets done. His ability itself is not the best right now, but it's still good. I think Vigil is low A. Moving on. Wamai. No ACOGs. No gameplay. Nobody's picking him now, and I kind of get it. But he is still good. I mean, realistically, he's still a really good operator. I'm putting him high B. Warden is still very good, especially with Ying being really good. Oh, spoiler alert, Ying's pretty good. Situational for sure. I like the shotgun. I like the Warden shotgun. He's good for like locking down specific areas. I think he's like still solid, still relevant, still decent. But if you're picking him every round, you're still a moron and you suck at the game. Probably made some people mad with that one. I'm gonna put him middle B. Ying, however, so gas. Yeah, Ying's an S tier operator, 100%. Very, like, I don't know why Ying isn't picked every single round still. Like, she's so good. If you have a Ying on your team, you will have an advantage instantly from the rip, dude. Even if they have the Warden's probably gonna spawn peek and die in the first 10 seconds, or be offsite doing something dumb, because Warden players are dumb. So then Ying comes in, just farts and poops over everyone. And then they're like, oh no, we got fart and pooped on, and now we can't defend the site. And then they just lose. So that's pretty sick. Moving on to Zero. Zero's so bad, dude. No initiation abilities. This is like the biggest beta operator in the world. If you love Zero and you're like, Zero's S tier, he's so good, it's because you're a baiter. It's because you're a baiter and you don't know how to play. I'm just getting angry now. I'm just putting my rage into this tier list. Yeah, you lose all sense of aggression and all sense of being able to like take control if you're playing Zero. He's a beta operator. You sit on camps, you call stuff out, your teammates don't listen, they still die to. Get in there and hold it actively so you can kill that guy. Don't just sit on the cameras and call shit out. You're not actually doing anything because your teammates aren't actually listening because they don't care because you're a baiter. Roasted. He's still decent though. He's still like C tier. That's all. Zofia, 2 stuns, 2 impacts, a little heavy set, okay? I don't love the fact that she's a little slow. I wish she was a 2 armor. If they change Zofia to a 2 armor, man, like peace and harmony would be restored. Or she's a 3 armor, right? Or is she a 2? Is she a 2? She's a 3, right? Whatever it is, if they bumped her speed up by 1, peace would be restored. I'm telling you. I do think she's like still good, but she's no Ashe, you know? She's no Ashe, despite having more utility. I will put her in the B tier, but it's not going to be very high up. Lastly, we have the brand new operator in Year 9 Season 3, Scopio. What the fuck is her name? Scopos. We got Scopos. I think Scopos is really good. A lot of fun. Just the fact you can play areas that you can't normally play is so freaking nice, man. So nice. I think her biggest weakness is the fact that you can just die. And like there is a little risk associated with switching bots, but if you have that bot in a spot where they can't find it, like it's just so good. The speed, the gun, everything. The fact you can reset your health by switching to the other one. She's pretty nice, dude. She's pretty freaking nice, and she is strong. She is much stronger than I thought originally as well. All right, what do you think, guys? We'll turn the chat off. What do you think? I'm gonna put her in the A tier. I'm putting A tier above Valk, above Brava, and above Deimos, top of the A. She's running the house. And that, right there, is my Year 9 Season 3 tier list. If you disagree with me, tell me why. Tell me why you think these operators, give me one good reason why any operator in the F tier should be any higher. Why Sentry is not garbage, because, you know, he is.